Hello everyone, Louie Farm Guy here with a new mod for Monday, March 21. It's the MA/AG pack by SMI Modding Team, 20.37 megabytes to download, and it comes with two pieces of equipment, and one of them has a significant kind of option on it. That's why I have three here. This one's a subsoiler, and this one's actually a cultivator under diskers, but we shall take a look at that first. The slot counts I'll get to at the end of the video because I forgot to look. So, where shall we find the first one is under subsoilers, and there it is, the Cultium 50, $16,890. 5 meters wide, 150 horsepower requirement at 7 miles per hour working speed. And there it is. There's no extra. There's no options. It is what it is. However, it does have an interesting. Well, we'll get into that in a second. Now, that is this here. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Moving on to the second piece of this pack. This is found under. It's actually found under disk harrows, and there it is, the MAAG Vortex VTXI 50TRA, $60,690, and this will go at 13 miles per hour unless, well, you'll see, 220 horsepower required. And it will seed. It has the option to seed grass, oilseed radish, canola, or wheat. And this does have an option, which is to have the Vortex seeding system or not. The seeding system adds $11,900. Now, that's kind of odd, as was mentioned perhaps in some other reviews. This turns it actually into a direct drill, which we have plenty of those that will do these same types of crops. So it's a little bit of a odd, but I mean, in real life, this would be a thing. I imagine that's where the model is designed after, and it looks like that's the Italian flag on there. Just saying. Methinks. Right, so shall we hook it up? Right, so the subsoil is basically a standard subsoiler in all respects, whereas it'll have unfold lower and allowed to create fields, which is a handy thing that now that I just seen that. I think I have found its niche, perhaps. Now, it has this adjustment here, and that will be explained in a moment when we look at the other piece of equipment, and we go from there. Now, that's it for this one. Unfolding looks like so. And it's lower raise. And let's put that aside for a moment because, oh, I can't. I have to fold it to put it down. And then the little legs go out so it doesn't fall over. That's kind of nice. Okay, so now hooking up to this. L1, unfold, lower, and then it has a adjustment as well, L1 and the right stick up and down. Move those. Now, they don't really do anything, but we'll show it. It kind of does something when it's... Okay, let's lower it. Unfold it. Now, there's a few well, a couple of extra things with it when it has a seeder attached. Without the seeder, it's just it's just a shallow cultivator disker. Excuse me. Um, Now lowered, as you can see, once it's lowered and you, oh, sorry, that will come down, and it looks like it's a, I don't know, it's pre something or other. Now that, like I say, this'll just cultivate. As for filling it with seeds, it'll only fill from a big bag. Let's see. Let's try the big bags because it filled from the crate. Yeah. So it fills from the big bag. It won't fill from the seed container. Any of the seed containers that I tried, it wouldn't fill from. All right. Now, let's show this in the field. Not that one yet. This one. No. The subsoiler. Okay, so this subsoiler leaves a plowed state. So it's basically a plow. You're looking at a plow in the form of a subsoiler. And this is a Voltra at 145 horsepower. Voltra, and it's rated, this equipment's rated 150 horsepower, pulls it no problem. Okay, now this one. Now, even with the seeder on there, you can use it just as I would probably recommend not having duals on the back. Now, if you just lower it, it's a cultivator. And 9, 7, 8. Oh, it is struggling to get up to that that speed. With this is a 200 and this is equal to the horsepower. You might want a higher horsepowered. Yeah. So if you just want to cultivate, that's fine. If you want to seed as well, you have to turn it on, and then it will seed. No fertilization option is available. So now, put the worker. So it's supposed to go, I think, what is it rated at? 13 miles per hour. Yeah, it's not going to do that with that 220 horsepower tractor. Not going to happen. However, if you do, it will. Okay, so now now here is what I believe this package is designed to do, because there is a link at the back of the subsoiler that will hook up to this the cultivator unit. So as you're plowing, you come along with the cultivator to smooth out the seed bed, and if you have the seeder on there, you can seed it too. However, the seeder's turned on, so turn off the seeder. You can just use it to do like so. If you hire a worker, he will not turn on the seeder. As you can see, the seeder is not turned on. So if you stop him, then you gotta drop the subsoiler, drop that, turn the seeder on, and then hire a worker, then he'll seed. Got it? Okay. Now, the other thing I noticed, so now you can lower that, and this is where these adjustments come in. You can adjust that to up and down to facilitate the cultivator from behind. And then, of course, you have this thing too. That you see that moving, right stick up and down. That's movable too. Right now, let's lift this all up. Turn that off. Now, say you have a meadow that you want to create a field and plant. Say, well, you have a choice. You want to make a grass field out of a meadow, or say canola or wheat. When you're plowing out a field. Now let's see. We're going to choose this. We're going to turn limit allow to create fields. Is that already on? Okay, there we go. Allow to create fields. Now we turn that on, lower it, and we have grass. So we're creating the fields, and we're also seeding grass. Or if you don't want grass, say you want to plant a field of canola, right afterwards. There you go. So this is a kind of a nifty. Of course, it's only going to go 7 miles an hour, even though the back implement is rated at 13. Just to be aware of that. And of course, with this setup, there's no fast farming available. But that's kind of neat. This is kind of a multi-purpose. You're going to need something pretty stout. I got a 400. This is 458 horsepower. Of course, you're not going to be able to hire a worker when you're creating fields. But, yeah, so that's a kind of a unique, interesting piece of equipment. Even though it's kind of a too simple, kind of like base game sort of things. Now we have something that is actually quite unique, as far as I can tell so far. And the worker actually does work these all together when it's all hooked up. So that's another thing that's kind of unique about it. Whew. Anyways, all right. So, all right. And that's your MAAG pack by SMI Modding Team. 20.37 megabytes to download. The subsoiler is 5 slots. The cultivator disker is 18 slots. 20.37 megabytes, as I said, SMI Modding Team. And that's the MAAG pack. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's just a game. Till next time, bye for now.